Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all the honors, the praises, the glory belongs to my Lord and Savior. His name is Yahweh by Sham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Wahar, Rakar, Kwadash. Honors to the apostles that are in the Holy Spirit and to the hopeful elect across the globe. And to the few, I mean the very few brothers and sisters that are listening and also learning in hopes of being saved within these last days, because we are living in the last days of the last days. What did I tell you? Brothers, what did I tell you? More information is coming out. You're not the only one that's going through certain things. Please stop calling yourselves targeted. Even though you may be targeted, don't call yourself that, because the ones that run this operation and so forth, they're the ones that named it that. They want you to label yourself a targeted individual, because once you start doing that, you start rolling in the mentality of a victim. You're not a victim, more than conquerors through Yahweh Shai. I'm getting the clarity, which I knew a lot of these videos were out. Yeah, this stuff is real. And we're going to get straight to it. And we're going to speak on what these people are calling mind control, whatever they want to call it, mind control, how it's done. We've done several videos on this before. The problem is, you have people that are aware and you have some people they're not aware. So they would be doing things that they wouldn't usually do or say because they're not aware of this technology. Now, I'm not scared to do these lessons. Why? Because I believe in Yahweh by Sham, Yahweh Shai, and he controls everything. Now, I've told you, we're going to get straight to Psalms, then we're going to go to Romans. Let's go straight to it. Okay. Trying to warn people what's really going on and how you have individuals that are running a criminal syndicate through this technology. I've told you this was run by, you could say, professors with white suits, white jackets, professors with white jackets, scientists. I told you the medical field were involved. I told you that. Scientists that work with the medical field, right? These are, you could say, they say it's experimentation. So you can basically call it, social engineering, right? You can call it that, or what do they call it? Behavioral, what do they call it? Behavioral modification. So they say it's for experimental use, because if they say that, then it doesn't seem as bad. So they use that as for a term to, do what they do. But they are experimenting on people, okay? Like lab rats. But most people don't realize that. Some do, some don't care. You know what I mean? I care. I want to know what's going on with me, my body, my mind. And the best way to do that is stick to the scriptures. Let's go to Psalm 64. And we're going to jump straight to 1. Hear my voice, O power, in my meditation. It says, preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. So we want our lives preserved from the fear of the enemy. This is a Psalms of David. Hide me from the secret plots of the wicked. Whew. So in here, it's talking about the secret plots that the wicked have from the rebellion of the workers of iniquity. Excuse me just a minute. Just need to wash my face. The reason why I'm saying this, the reason I just need to wash my face, because the stuff, this is what they're doing. We're gonna get into it, Volker. We're gonna go further into detail. The workers of iniquity. So the workers of iniquity, it doesn't say who it is. It just says workers. So, when you're talking about utility vans and trucks and so forth, this is done through private contractors. This is how they're able to do this stuff out. And they can do it by merging in with construction sites, whether it is corporate, whether it is commercial or non-commercial, but they mostly do it through private contracting, so they don't get their hands dirty. So it says, hide me from the secret plots of the wicked, from the rebellion of the workers of iniquity. So they rebel against what? The truth. Key thing, workers. So this ain't just elites, it's workers. They're people that get paid to do this. I keep telling you, when you see the blue vans park around the corner, speed around in the morning, or park around the corner, They're doing that because they're lining up with the cell tower, and within that cell tower, this is how they're able to gather your data. It's called Stingray. It's called a Stingray truck. Some of them come in blue, some of them come in red, some of them come in white. They park there to gather that data because data is key. Because with data, there's certain information that can be controlled. And this is how the smear campaigns start. It starts through data. Okay? Data collection. And a lot of this data is also, where does it go? It goes back to a data center. Don't know where the data centers are in the UK, but that's where it goes back to, right? And so forth. This is how the smear campaigns start and so forth. This is why you have gang stalkers. They'll be on phones trying to record you or set you up, okay? This is how all this is happening at once, right? Now let's go back to where we were. Who sharpen their tongue like a sword, who bend their bow to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. So we're being shot at with bitter words, and this is done through legislation. I've told you, yep, it's law enforcement, because the only how you can get away with this is through someone within law enforcement that can basically, what's the word? He can basically, I don't want to say twist the law, but he can find loopholes within the system because he's law enforcement. So I just want you to know this. Don't panic in the spirit of Yahushua. You're going to have, wherever you are, round the corner next to you, whether it's next door, you could have it could be next door to you, it could be upstairs. You're going to have a law enforcement officer. The law enforcement officer, he's there because he's there to inspect. All right, he's told that something happened. That's why he's there. And you have also surveillance. They watch you from surveillance. There's a difference. You're gonna have surveillance within your homes, your houses. This is like espionage, right? It's like an espionage. This is why it's so intense. Every day, your life is so intense because all these things are happening, one thing after the other. Right? You're going to have cars pulling up outside, sometimes speeding around, right? You're going to hear beeping. You're going to hear a horn in the morning. You're going to hear a horn. And as soon as you hear that horn, somebody's going to do a certain action. This is all social conditioning, all of it. So don't just think it's you. Now, you're known as a targeted individual because you're aware, and what they're doing on other people, it doesn't seem to work on you. That's why. Or you could be aka a whistleblower, or you could be a threat to someone within an organization. That's why this is happening. But mostly it goes down to what the truth of the Bible. I teach the Bible, so that's what I believe it's down to. So just know these things, you're going to see it. Okay? And it says, let's get back into the technology part. They may shoot in secret at the blameless. It says blameless here. I'm reading a new translation. So they're shooting at secret, and they do this through legislation. This technology. What's it being used for? If you're a whistleblower, it's to silence your voice, discredit you, and make you look a certain way, right? Somewhat non-functional, if they can. This is why, probably 5, 6, 7 months ago, you had one nigger, I want to say that, a nigger in a van that pulled up, and this was early morning, and I heard him saying, I know the system. I know the system. He's sick. I know the system. So this same guy that pulled up in a truck, a white truck, that was probably monitoring people's brain and their movements and probably trying to manipulate them to act a certain way, was now saying, I know the system. So there's people out here, they want to get you back into the system, whether that's a medical system or psychiatry. Now me, every brother or sister that sees me, even the common people that see me, they know, bro, I don't have any type of mental problems. None. So you can't try that one on me. You know what I'm saying? But this is also called, there's another word for it, it's called Manchurian candidates. These are people that are selected for this program, and it's usually highly intelligent, mostly highly intelligent people that can think outside of the box. These are the people that are used for this type of thing. So there is funding. This is why anywhere you go, you are going to get what you call electronic harassment, because you've been put on this program. Where is it coming from? From what I know, it's coming from your NSA, your FBI, and your forgot the DSR. That's where it's coming from. These are your ABC boys. And you're probably thinking, well, you're living in the UK. Well, how is that reaching to you because they have connections with the UK. In the UK, we have MI5, okay, intelligence services, and they have secret agencies, and this is where the gang stalking comes into play, because now you can apply for security jobs to follow people. You can apply, it's online, you can apply for security now. You can apply to walk a dog around and watch someone. So this is where all this comes into play via these ABC companies. So somewhere, somehow, one day, you were watched, you were a threat to someone, something. This is how this is. I know it sounds extreme, but it's still spiritual. So don't just focus on, oh, it's them. No, because it's not just them. Because anywhere you go, you will see this happening. Now, the gang stalking, this is to neutralize you. So have you noticed now, anywhere you go, you're going to have people popping out. Why? How are they able to do it? Because they're under mind control as well. That's the hive mind. In the scriptures, check this out quickly. Go to Luke, making this as simple as possible. It's not difficult to understand. Okay. Some people are aware because some people consent to mind control. Other people, they're not aware. All right. This is why anywhere you go, there'll be someone there to meet you. These are psychologists that are involved in this program. Are you listening? Psychologist, okay? Psychologist, top psychologist, and part medical field. This is why sometimes you will see ambulances popping up out of nowhere, okay? And not just them, sometimes nurse workers, okay? Be very careful when you start seeing that as well. Anyway, let me slow down. So the hive mind is basically, you know, when Yahushua went into that particular town, and what happened? Let's quickly go to it. Luke 8:29. For he had commanded the unclean spirit to come out of the man. And when you jump straight to 30, and Yahushua asked him, saying, what is thy name? And he said, Legion, because many devils were entered into him. So the hive mind, type in Legion, and see what comes up. It will come up, hive mind. So the hive mind is demons, basically, that are under mind control, that are coming at you. NPCs, they're called NPCs. There's different names for it. Zombies, I call them zombies. Some call it MK Ultra. That's what you're up against. So if you're up against that, you better be praying to the Lord. That's what you're up against. Some of the people don't know what they're doing, what they're doing. I've seen it plenty of times. People coming out the house and saying, why am I coming out the house for? Why am I walking left for? They might be, you know, looking at their phone, right? So, listen, you're going to have to really stay in these scriptures and focus, right? You can call it hypnotism. You can call it hypnotism, all those things. You call it voodoo, neuromonitoring voodoo. Bro, it's a system that's fighting against you. It's a system, right? You ever watch that movie Matrix? There you go, all right? I still want to speak on this technology. I hope I'm not moving too far. So that was Legion. The hive mind is Legion, right? Legion is spirits. So with this technology, it's witchcraft, high level witchcraft. You ever heard of caging? Now, the reason why anywhere you go, there's going to be people in your town or wherever, situated every single place. Every single place. You go to the store, they're already going to be there. Right? Now, there's a lot of controversy. They're saying, well, hold on. How are they able to know? Can they read your thoughts and so forth? I want to be honest with you. Yes, to a certain extent. See, you're not going to believe that, are you? Yeah, this depends. You have something called graphene. The graphene is pieces of metal, and this metal, have you got 5G, 4G, 3G? Have you got internet? That's coming off your phones. It's coming off your 5G. That's pieces of metal, thin pieces of metal. Graphene. You got a TV, it comes off the TV, it comes off. Remember, this is why they also have dirty electricity, smart meters, all these things. Graphene, piece of metal. This is like a wire, and it connects to your body tissue. This is why we're able to send certain things your way, and you may be able to feel it because you have pieces of metal in your body. I know. And also the aeroplanes as well. Have you noticed you be in a certain place and there'd be aeroplanes, and what are they going to be doing? Spraying things over your head. Why? Because they need you in order to track you. That's what they need to do. So these are pieces of metal, and this is how you become like a live antenna, man. And this is how you're able to be tortured. Oh yeah, that's one thing they're hiding. Listen. This ain't experimental use. People are being tortured. Men, women, and children as well. Children, okay? They're being tortured by this stuff. Why? Because your body is now like an antenna. You have technology in your body. They call it Morgellons. Some call it Morgellon disease. So what you would need to do, I've said this before, brothers and sisters, make sure fasting, right? Get them chemicals out, and you're able to renew cells. Some of you are dealing with popping. You're having popping noises in your body. If that's happening, yeah, they're trying to slowly kill you. I can't sugarcoat nothing. If you're having popping in your body, they're slow killing you. Okay? So this is how serious this is. They might have said it was experimentation. It's not no experimentation. We're trying to get rid. This is a depopulation control, the so-called undesirable. So if you were put on this, someone deemed you as undesirable, deemed you not fit for purpose, not fit to live. Someone deemed you as that. Sick, I know, bro, sick. So we better stay in these scriptures and fight with all that you have. Because there is someone that wants to take you out. That's why you were put on this program. And this person's trying to turn people against you. That's why, have you noticed, no matter what you do, and you're still thriving, because brothers, it's heavy still. You still got supporters, so you're beating something that, you're beating it. Even though it's technology, I've got technology on right now. But you're still beating it because things are still working in our favor. Romans, hold on just a minute. Romans, all things work for those that love the God and who are called according to his purpose. So can you imagine that? Right? This is Salakia. Let me slow down. I'm moving too fast. I want to get some scriptures now. I'm talking too much. So let's see what else we can get. Let's go to Romans. The best solution for this is oh man, not everybody can afford what you call a Faraday cage. Not everybody can afford that. They're too expensive. They're like 600 to £1,000. No, you have to pray to the Lord Yahushua and whoever has this technology, because this technology is weaponized technology. It's weaponized. So you have someone in your town, predominantly across the road, with a red light. I've done this video about a year ago now. A red light acts as a laser, and that's what you call an energy weapon. It's neural monitoring. Why is it being used against you? To discredit you. That's why it's being used, right? Or somewhat even to kill you, if possible. But you got to believe in Yahweh Shai that he supersedes that. But with this neural monitoring, they can also, they're mapping out your brain waves, your patterns, reactions when something happens. This is why people will come through the door, right? Are you living, some of you may be living in a shared place, shared housing, and you could be doing something. Someone comes right through the door on MK Ultra, brain all fried up, and you're like, why are they reacting like that? Because they're under control, right? And they're also told to do certain things. Remember, these people are told to do and say certain things to you. Why? Because you're being monitored neurologically. That's why I say don't react. Because when you're reacting, we're mapping that out. Remember, this is a supercomputer. It has spikes. So your reaction, when you have a reaction or your heartbeat's going up, that would be a spike. It goes on like a spike. And this is being saved in the data. It's being saved. Okay, you ever watch that program? They've cloned Tyrone. It's also cloning all that stuff. These are big businesses. These are big flipping corporations. Big corporations. You're being mapped out. Your reactions, how you deal with things. But you know it's not working. Because if it was working, then you wouldn't have people saying, move out. You're gonna have to find somewhere else to live. You wouldn't have people saying that if it was working. So what does that say about the power that we serve? I told you it's limited. It's limited. I always say change your patterns from time to time. Break patterns. This is also, it only works on patterns. So say if I have a pattern, I come in, I used to do that all the time, pick up food, cook it, season it, and the neural monitoring is picking up on that behavior. All right, I'm picking up food, I'm putting it down, I'm putting it in the fridge, seasoned it. Now I'm getting on a laptop. Now I'm writing. It goes by patterns. It's not accurate. This thing it's not accurate. How much you want to bet? It's not 100% accurate. Nowhere near it. Because you can break it. Oh yes, you can break it. Right? But there's things you have to do. You have to stay in prayer. You have to stay in the Lord Yahweh Shai. You have to stay under Psalms 91. Let's go to that quickly. People need to know about this stuff. Psalms 91. So don't get mad at your neighbors and people in your community because they're being directed with the same thing. Okay, don't get mad at them. Psalms 91. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. So we gotta dwell in the secret place. What's the secret place? It's wisdom. That's a secret place. You got to dwell with the Lord. All right? I will say, Lord, he is my refuge, my fortress, my power. In him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler. Fowler is a bird catcher. So Esau, our enemies, they try to lay traps for you. And from the noisome pestilence, check this out. He shall cover thee with his fetters, the angels, and under his wings thou shalt trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day. So what's the terror at night? Oh, energy weapons. The scripture says you shall not be afraid for the arrow by night. Alright? Nor the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. You see? So it's very, very, very clear. Right? Because the Lord's got you. Now, the Lord supersedes all these things. And a lot of these people that have this technology, they're depraved. What you're going to find out, they're very depraved individuals, the people that handle this technology, very depraved. Right? A lot of people that have this technology, their handlers as well have this technology. Right? And so forth. And stop calling yourself a victim. You're not a victim. Right? You're a conqueror. So we went into that, we expanded upon that, the things you can do. Also, let's go to Romans. And the tips is you're going to have to eat greens, definitely eat some greens, but be careful with the greens you eat because they're also they're injecting, during the COVID, I believe they were injecting the lettuce with COVID. I believe that, right? So be careful of what vegetables you're eating as well. And as I'm doing this lesson right now, I'm looking at the curtain and I can see in one of the houses, I'm not being nosy, I can see in one of the houses, yeah, they got a neural monitoring device. I'm not making this up. I've showed you it anyway. I've got a few. I might post the lesson again. So I do believe this one individual, I've spotted him a couple of times directing this weapon, right, my way. And it goes right, by the way, this stuff goes right through the walls. It goes right through the walls, brothers, right through it. Yeah. Anyways, we're not to fear that. So where was I saying? Eat loads of veg, loads, and you have to get out in nature. Because most people that complain about these things because they're staying indoors, and if you're staying indoors, yeah, they can direct this type of thing your way. Because we're living in smart cities now. Okay. So make sure you get outdoors, make sure you get into nature, because it helps a lot, helps your mind, all that, it clears it, because they want you foggy, they want you all messed up, and this is how they're able to create synthetic illnesses, diseases, and so forth. Oh, you got cancer. I wonder why. I wonder why. Because they were beaming you with energy weapons, that's why. And this is, bro, that's attempted murder. That's conspiracy to murder. Brothers, we have a common enemy, and is Satan. And Satan controls this world, so what's stopping him from using these people, bro? That's attempted murder, bro. So we have to be serious about this. This is not a joke. And they're also using cults as well. Why? Because cults are under mind control. So these people, they're just going to do what this technology tells them to do. Have to think outside of the box. Speaking of box, what they're doing, they've created an electric grid. And this is why it can seem sometimes very challenging when you're stepping outside and you're going places, because they've created an electric grid. And they do this by pinging off the boxes. So you're going to have an aeroplane early in the morning, sometimes late at night, but early in the morning, you're going to have a lot of planes go past, and these planes are pinging off the towers. And the reason why these planes ping off the towers and they hit the buildings to put people under psychotronic mind control without even realizing it. Right? I'm not new to this. Is there anything else, Baba Kushal? Let's go to Romans 12 and jump straight to 3:2. And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So the people that are using this, because they want you to conform to this world, they want conformers. Because if that wasn't the case, then they wouldn't be trying to control your mind, would they? They wouldn't be trying to crack your brain, right? Would they? So that's the goal. It's about control via technology. This is why some of you, when you're stepping out, you're going to bump into a lot of military, and you can tell a lot of these people are dead giveaways as well. You've got certain people walking with their dogs with their baseball caps, and you're like, hold on. I know someone that's been in the army for miles and miles away. You can just tell the way they walk, the way they talk, and so forth. So you're also going to have people that are in the military, right, watching you as well. Oh yeah, a lot of these joggers, you think they're just random joggers? A lot of these joggers are military men and women, bro. Right? You see people walking in couples. You're walking in couples. Just look at the walk. The walk ain't very good, right? It's a certain walk. It's ex-military, bro. Some are straight from what do you call it? With the barracks, right? The barracks, Royal Air Force. Okay, bro, this is real stuff. This is real. Brothers out here are Powerful. Brothers, I am powerful, bro. Real talk. And you're still able to overcome and still have a smile on your face with everything that's happening to you. Bro, give yourself just a little pat on the back. A little pat on the back, man. You are powerful beyond measure. They just don't want you to know it. So keep going about your day. Keep the Lord Jehovah on your mind, and don't be moved by what's going on. You see the cars, right? You have the cars speeding and so forth. That's all control. That's all being done through a computer. All of it. You see the planes in the sky, all being done for a supercomputer. All of it. So who's controlling it? Someone that has a lot of gadgets. Right? Coming from your military complex. Right? And ABC agencies. Okay? We shut off on this. And it says, Baba Kashar, and do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So guess what? The Lord renews your mind. He renews your brain cells. Even though they're trying to break your brain cells, destroy your cells, destroy you as a human being, the Lord renews your cells. So we got to be renewed in the spirit of the Lord at all times, man. Okay? So I'm going to shut off here because it's getting a bit late now. I really, really hope this was edifying. I'm still having a bit of trouble with the cameras. I've tried to download some new camera apps, but haven't really got no good ones yet. So I'm going to shut off here. Brothers, stay prayed up and just know Yahushua was on his way. As I've been doing this lesson, I know they've been hitting me. Listen. Most of the day they've been trying to hit me with these frequencies, but listen, we're going to put our trust in the Lord Yahushua, and he's going to come through. Hope this was edifying. And until the next time, shalom.